Universities heavily reliant on Nigerian students risk coming under financial pressure this year as a currency crisis continues to cripple the West African nation. Senior education sources say that while many universities are bracing for financial difficulty this year, there are particular concerns about those with high proportions of Nigerian students. Nigeria has been grappling with one of its worst economic crises in years, triggered by surging inflation that pushed the naira to an all-time low against the dollar. It has stoked concern that many Nigerian students may be priced out of the British universities, raising fears for 20 institutions where they make up a tenth of all postgraduate students. Figures released earlier this week by the Higher Education Statistics Agency (HESA) showed UK universities have become increasingly dependent on Nigerian students, who now make up the third largest intake of foreign students after India and China. In total, 72,355 Nigerian students were enrolled in UK higher education institutions last year, a 66% increase on the previous year. That figure is expected to drop dramatically this year following the collapse of the naira, coupled with restrictions on visas for dependents of students introduced by the former conservative governments. In total, Nigerian students made up more than 10% of the postgraduate students at 20 British universities in 2021-2022, according to the Telegraph analysis of data from the Higher Education Statistics Agency (HESA). Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen, where 29% of postgraduate students were from Nigeria, had the highest proportion. The University of Bradford had the second highest proportion with 72%, followed by Teesside, Hull and Sunderland, which has all had more than 20%. So, the University of Huddersfield have 18.5%, Edinburgh Napier University have 17.6%, Cardiff Metropolitan University have 16.3%, Glasgow Caledonia have 15.8%. Masters and other postgraduate degrees have traditionally been popular with overseas students, as they used to allow students to bring their family members with them. Data from the Migration Observatory showed Nigerian students brought the highest proportion of dependents to the UK in 2022, with each student bringing an average of one family member with them. So, truth be told, somehow this immigration policy that the former conservative government brought into the UK that stopped Nigerian students from bringing their dependents, and with the naira crisis issue, sometimes is good for some things to happen so that some country will know that you are adding value to them. Because before, some of the UK citizens used to see these Nigerian students as parasites, without knowing that these Nigerian students are the ones that are keeping some of their jobs in the UK, the money they are bringing in, without knowing that some of these Nigerian students are why some of their citizens are still keeping their jobs, without knowing that this money these students are bringing are saving their government a whole lot of money for not financially making provision or supporting these universities to remain in business. So now that it's happening, some of these UK students, citizens who cannot think far beyond the box, will begin to understand, and maybe the current Labour government might revisit these policies and reverse them. Yes.